And welcome back. For today's Quarantine Quickie, we went with the 1991 modern classic, Hook. This is not a first-time view for either of us, but it is a first-time view in HD, or 4K for both of us, as we've both only ever watched it on VHS up until this point. Now, one of the things that I'm struck with immediately about holding these two things is the art just looks so much better on this VHS tape. I'm gonna go full screen, but like, look at this. They cut off her wing in the new one. It just looks all grainy. For a 4K disc, it seems like they really skimped out on the artwork. And I would say they kind of skipped out on the special features too. They only have deleted scenes on here, but I guess there's never ever been deleted scenes for this movie. I was always under the impression that this was a hit movie when I was a kid, but I guess that wasn't quite the case. Although,
I want to talk about the part where they cut it out.
the deleted scenes? You want to talk about the deleted scenes?
Yeah.
I think for the most part, it was good they were deleted. There was one or two scenes I did like in there, specifically going around Pirate Town.
The pirates caught on fire and they just fall in the water.
That was the scene that I liked.
That's what I liked. I was actually doing that and pretending close to the TV at the couch. You know that?
Let's not pretend to be on fire close to the TV. How familiar are you with Peter Pan?
Not familiar.
Not familiar?
Because I only know the cartoon one.
Have you seen the cartoon? The full movie cartoon? I don't think you have. I feel like I've done you a bit of a disservice not showing you the cartoon first, because this is almost a sequel to the cartoon. In fact, we're going to go and watch the cartoon here, if it's on Disney Plus, probably tonight. Because this movie is Peter Pan after he's had all of his adventures, after Captain Hook has had his adventures, and Peter grows up and gets old and has to go back to Neverland. So,
do you know if I want to know if Tinkerbell the cartoon Tinkerbell was in Peter Pan's movie cartoon.
She is. Interestingly enough, in this Tinkerbell in this movie was Julia Roberts. You know, 1 year off her role from Pretty Woman, kind of the most attractive actress at the time. So I grew up with this movie and had a little bit of attachment to this particular version of Tinkerbell. And the toys, you know, I actually had the McDonald's toys for this movie forever. I feel like I still have the little boat with Captain Hook and the mermaid floating around somewhere. So Iris, what did you...
I feel like I want to have that someday.
If we find it, you can have it. Did you like this movie?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I'll tell you what parts I like.
What was your...
I have 3 parts.
3 parts. Go.
I like the part where they had a fight.
At the end?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I also like the mermaids.
The mermaids? I like the mermaids too, for a different reason. What else?
Wait, you like horror stuff.
I can't... I'm not pigeonholed. Don't pigeonhole me. I can like all sorts of stuff.
No, you just like all the horror stuff.
What was your 3rd favorite part after the mermaids?
I'm actually talking about the deleted scenes.
The deleted scene where that guy catches on fire?
Yeah. And falls in the water.
Looking back, as a kid, my favorite part was probably the Lost Boys imaginary food part. And now it's probably...
I like the imaginary food part where they just throw.
Indeed. Now my favorite...
I feel like I want to do that now at the table.
No.
At my birthday party.
Only okay if you are an orphan in the woods being hunted by pirates. And, of course, now my favorite part would be Captain Hook and Dustin Hoffman's amazing performance as Captain Hook. And, of course, Bob Hoskins as Shmi. I love the way they're chewing up the scenery. It's just fantastic performances.
I like the way that Captain Hook looks.
Yeah, I do too. Did he have to stand on carts or something for that? Because I think that actor is pretty short, and he seemed big and tall compared to Robin Williams.
Where one of the guy just kicked a rug. Because
Oh, yeah, the stairs.
normally you just have rugs laying out in your house, but you don't have to kick them to get them out.
I think the idea was that only Captain Hook got to walk up and down that rug. So he took the rug away when Peter Pan was going to walk up those steps. One thing I will say about the 4K release is that you can sometimes, because the quality's so good, see the edges of the sets in a way that you probably couldn't with the pan and scan VHS. Additionally, some of the props look a little cheaper, but it did look a lot nicer than I've ever seen it, even though some of the scenes seemed really grainy and unusually out of place for, what I would expect out of a Steven Spielberg production. Now, some of that could be because this is almost a 1980s movie. It's from 91, so maybe some of that's age, but I feel like even watching E.T., that the quality was just so much better of the picture. Maybe they just didn't put much money into the restoration of Hook. So as a pirate movie, what did you think about this movie? You've seen a couple pirate movies now, right?
I think I've seen 3.
3?
The Muppet one and
Oh, yeah.
the Muppet one on Disney Plus.
The Treasure Island, yeah. How did you think this felt as a pirate movie? Does this make you want to see more pirate movies?
Yeah, good, just like this.
Good, just like this?
Yeah, just like this. The style of the people look good. Like the style of Captain Hook.
Oh, there's one more thing that we haven't talked about.
What?
What did you think about Rufio? Rufio.
Like the color of his hair.
Like the color of his hair? I remember when I grew up, Rufio was like the coolest guy. You wanted to be like Rufio. You didn't want to be like old Peter Pan who got fat. Hey, great fat suit. I'm Robin Williams, by the way. I really believe that he was a chubby guy at the beginning of the movie.
I want to be the pirate.
The
pirate's the more fanciest.
You want to be Captain Hook?
Yeah.
Well, okay, that wraps it up for today's Quarantine Quickie. Thanks for tuning in, and have a great day.
Why do you call those episodes Quarantine Quickie?
This was just a real quick, easy one that we can do and get back to not leaving the house.